You know those days, the ones where it feels like you're just a puppet and someone else is pulling the strings, where your mood, your choices, even your own heart rate seem to be at the mercy of emails, deadlines, or what other people think. Well, today we're going to talk about how to cut those strings. We're diving into how you can reclaim that control and build a truly unshakable sense of inner peace. And just before we get started, I want to let you know that this explainer is made possible by our friends at The Other Way, Personal Sovereignty and Safety. They're all about helping you manage pressure and truly own your environment. So let's kick things off with a pretty big question. Are you truly in control? I mean, we all like to think we're the ones steering the ship, but are we really? Think about this for a second. If a simple deadline can make your heart pound in your chest, or if a stranger's passing glance can actually change the way you walk, who's really calling the shots? It's a powerful thought to just sit with, isn't it? Okay, so to really get a handle on how we can build a more solid inner self, let's explore this brilliant metaphor, the difference between living in a tent versus living in a building. Right, so here's the deal. A tent is completely reactive. It shakes with every little gust of wind, it leaks when it rains, it's totally at the mercy of whatever's happening outside. A building, though, is sovereign. It's got a foundation, it's got a solid structure. Now the wind still blows and the rain still falls, but the building, it stays still. It has its own integrity. And that right there, that perfectly illustrates this core idea, sovereignty. It's the ability to own your own space, not just physically, but emotionally too. It means you are the boss. You get to decide when and how to react, instead of just getting pulled along by things you didn't consciously choose. So how do these outside forces actually take control? It's not always some big, obvious thing. It usually happens in stages. Let's break it down into 4 different levels of intensity, or what we can call gradients. If you look here, you can see exactly how this escalates. It starts off mild with what we call social noise. You know, that subtle pressure that makes you soften your opinion to fit in. Then it gets a little more intense with an external grip. That's when a phone notification literally makes your heart jump. Heavier still is that emotional weight, where you feel this constant need to explain or justify yourself to other people. And then you have the extreme end, where your body's own alarm system just takes over, replacing intentional choice with pure reaction. That's the freeze response. In those high-pressure moments, there's actually a technique called the 3-minute clearing. It's a strategic internal reset, takes just 180 seconds, and it's designed to break that biological lock, bypass the adrenaline, and let you reclaim your composure. It's a real game changer. We've put a link in the description so you can learn more about it. And hey, if you're finding this valuable, could you do us a quick favor? Taking a moment to like, subscribe, and comment may not seem like much, but it really truly helps us grow the channel and make more explainers just like this one. All right, so how do we apply this in the real world, especially when things get heated? Let's unpack another really powerful and actionable metaphor for handling conflict. It's called the broken glass metaphor. It's basically a mental model for dealing with any kind of negativity that gets thrown your way. Think of someone else's anger, their insults, or their attempts to pick a fight as shards of, well, broken glass. So just picture it. Someone is upset, and they are hurling all that verbal and emotional broken glass right at you. Now, what's our gut instinct? For most of us, it's to engage, right? We reach out our hands to try and catch it, we argue back, we defend ourselves. And what happens when you catch broken glass? You get cut. We take on their negativity and we make it our own. But here's the sovereign choice. You don't have to catch what people throw at you. You can choose to just take a step back, stay centered, and let that glass fall and shatter on the floor. It's their mess, not yours. Okay, let's tie all of this together. We've talked about the problem, being that reactive tent, and we've explored the solution, becoming the building by constructing a sovereign inner foundation. The path to getting there is actually pretty straightforward. First, you just have to recognize it. Start noticing when and how these outside forces have a grip on you. Second, practice choosing your reaction. Just pause before you respond. And third, when that conflict comes your way, remember the metaphor. Let the broken glass fall. And that brings us to a final question I want you to carry with you. As you go about the rest of your day, just notice, what hands are moving you? Are they your own or someone else's? Thank you so much for joining us. This explainer was sponsored by The Other Way, Personal Sovereignty and Safety. Stay sovereign.